So we're here in the new game room, and we still haven't set up the Legotown, which is going to go over there, like we said. But the kids are working on some of their own projects here, and I'm going to show you some vans that we've made. Okay, so here's a couple of the vans that we've been working on in the midst of our move. This one I call the A-Team van, even though it doesn't look too much like the A-Team van. It has the same sort of color look to it, and we'll show you how they're built here in a few minutes. And this one was made using parts off of a Ferrari set, and so I guess you could say it's a Ferrari van, but of course Ferrari doesn't make vans, so it's really more of like a runabout, maybe for a repair shop or something else. Maybe a stable, since it has horses on it. So we'll show you how those are built here in just a minute. Okay, this will not be a complete tutorial, but it should be enough to give you the information you need to build an A-Team van. This is the A-Team van chassis. So basically it's two chassis pieces, and then there's some reinforcements to hold them together with the fat ends out as opposed to the skinny ends. Put a couple of these bumper guards under here just to give it a little bit more with a lowered look to it. And another set of reinforcing pieces here on the top. Steering wheel, obviously. These are hard to see, but on the corners here, these are 1x1 plates, just to keep that line from the wheel arch continuing over. Okay? The chassis, really very simple. It's a 2x8 plate, and you just drop it down, just like that. Now once the chassis is on, you can go ahead and put on your seats. There's one seat that goes behind the steering wheel. And there's actually a spot here in the back for another seat. So we have a second seat that we add to it. Taillight assembly. No big surprises there. That pops on. If you look at the front end now, we start with one of these brackets, some fog lights, grill piece. That goes on. Now in order to fill this hole here, we've added a 1x1 plate to the bottom of the headlights. So those go on. Doors. One by 6 bricks to do the side of the body. That. And then a 1x2 brick for the back end. Now that's the basic bottom half of the A-Team van. So I'll set that aside and we'll do the top. Okay, the top assembly when it's done will look like this. But it is a strange combination of parts, so let me show you how we got there. Okay, the top assembly begins like this. You're basically looking at a 2x4, a 2x4, and a 1x4. And on the underside, 1x4s, there we go, 1x4s all the way around. So your finished assembly is going to be 5 studs long, 4 studs wide. Set that aside. The top is easy. Windshield and one of these roof pieces, which are fairly common nowadays. Let's bring the chassis back in. I'm going to start on the far side. This is a panel piece. I'll add next to it a window panel piece. In this case, this van has smoked windows except for the back because I don't have that piece. So we'll add them onto that side. Okay. Now I got to build up that back end a little bit. So because of how it goes together, we're going to use a 1x1 brick. 1x1 brick. And the back window assembly is a 1x4 brick with a half panel on it. And then a 1x2 brick to fill the gap. You can see the gap we've got fill there. and then drop those roof pieces on. I never want to go on when I have the camera running. Okay, well, there it goes. There. A-Team van. Now, you probably want to see that one. So let me show you how to build this one. Okay, so the chassis starts out real simple. It's another 2x8 plate, which is a handy size for all Lego chassis, of course. So we'll start with that. The back assembly is very simple. Let's move this back a little bit. Wheel arches and the your usual back end side. Fasten it down. And on the front is a front chassis piece with the fat side back. And we've used a 1x3 plate underneath to accent it. Some fog lights. 1x3 piece on the top. And they're sandwiching a 1x4 plate back here. So when you're done, it should be 2 on the front, 2 on the back. Turn that around. Mount that up. Just like that. Well, if you have a nice white steering wheel, of course you need a nice white seat. So we'll put the white seat in. Now to line the bed of the van, we've got a couple tile pieces, a 1x2 and a 2x2, mounted on a, there's a piece of tape on that one, mounted on a 2x2 plate. And those just fasten down, just like that. Now for the nose of it, we're actually using one of these specialty Lego pieces. I'll go ahead and take that apart so you can see it, if it will come apart. You could use regular headlight type pieces, but we happen to have one of these, so we're using it. It's a 1x4 studded brick. And that just sits right down on that chassis piece. And again, we get a 1x4 plate on top of it to get it to the right level. Door. And here's a little trick you can use if you don't have a door. Since they're only one-seaters, all these Lego vehicles, you really only need one door. So use a 1x1 brick, and then we have a 1x2 half a plate. So when you put your minifig in there, he has room for the arms to still fit. It just doesn't open, but it looks the same on the outside, really. Add the windshield. Now the back side is really easy on this one. It's just a big panel. Just like that. Oh, the grill. I forgot the grill. We're using these regular grill pieces. I'm mounting them vertically just to give it a little bit different look to it. Like that. Okay, now in a perfect world, your main roof piece would be this standard Lego piece. We actually don't have one of those. And if you did, you'd have to raise the roof because it can't close with the stud there. You'd actually have to raise the roof up another level, which creates all kinds of weird looks on the front. So it's probably just as well. But we are going to use one here for the tailgate. Just like that. So instead, for the roof, I'm just using, you could use one piece. We're using a 2-piece because that's what we had. They are 2x6 plates. And they just fasten on. Just like that. And there's your little speedy delivery van. And we'll bring back the A-Team van. And you can see him again one last time. And we thank you for watching our videos. And we encourage you to go to our website, bricksburg.com, for updates and more in-depth tutorials. Thank you.